Pringles, they don't come in a bag. They don't look like other chips, and they definitely don't taste like the rest. From the moment you open the can and hear that satisfying pop, you know you're in for something different. But have you ever asked yourself, how are Pringles made? Why are they shaped that way? And what makes them so perfectly stacked? Let's go inside the Pringles factory and find out exactly how these famous crisps are created, step by step, from raw potatoes to that iconic cylindrical can. A new kind of snack back in the 1960s. Snack lovers were complaining about regular potato chips. They were greasy, they broke easily, and bags always seemed half empty. That's when a team at Procter & Gamble came up with a wild idea. What if chips could be made better? What if they were uniform, stayed fresh, and didn't break in transport? That idea became what we now know as Pringles, a chip made not from slices of potato, but from a dough made with potato flakes. This method allowed them to mold each chip into the same shape and neatly stack them, one on top of the other, inside a strong tube. Genius, right? But because they weren't made from sliced potatoes, they couldn't legally be called chips in many countries. That's why they're officially labeled as potato crisps. Whatever the name, the snack world was changed. Forever, asterisk, asterisk. From potato to powder, the journey starts with, of course, the potato, but not just any kind. The potatoes used in Pringles are chosen for their smooth texture and starch level, perfect for creating flakes. Once they arrive at the factory, they're moved onto a long conveyor belt toward the cleaning zone. Here, giant water jets and rotating scrubbers remove every speck of dirt. The potatoes are then peeled using machines that spin them against rough surfaces, stripping away the skin without wasting the flesh. Next, the peeled potatoes are chopped into small cubes. Unlike typical chips, these won't be fried just yet. They're about to become mashed. Asterisk, cooking and mashing the diced potato. Cubes are boiled quickly in hot water, then steamed to soften them even more. This cooking step is short but crucial. It makes them easier to mash and prevents any raw or hard bits later on. The cooked cubes enter an enormous industrial mixer, where powerful metal arms turn them into smooth potato paste. It's thick, creamy, and ready to be transformed into something amazing. But we're not done yet. Asterisk, asterisk. Turning mash into flakes now comes one of the most unique parts of the Pringles process. The warm mash is spread over a hot spinning drum. As the drum rotates, heat removes all the moisture, drying the mash into thin sheets, almost like giant potato paper. These dry sheets are then sent through a milling machine, where fast spinning blades grind them into a fine, fluffy powder, potato flakes. This is the key ingredient in Pringles. Asterisk, asterisk, mixing the magic dough to make the dough. The flakes are mixed with other ingredients in a large industrial blender. These include cornstarch, rice flour, wheat starch, vegetable oil, emulsifiers, and of course, a bit of salt. Each ingredient plays an important role, some for structure, some for taste, and some to keep everything fresh. Water is added to bring it all together, creating a soft, grainy dough. It doesn't feel like bread dough. It's drier, like damp sand. This texture is just right for rolling. Asterisk, asterisk, rolling. Cutting and recycling. The dough is now fed onto a wide conveyor belt and flattened by a massive roller. This roller presses the dough into an even sheet just 1 millimeter thick, about the thickness of a credit card. Once it's smooth and flat, a cutter stamps out perfect ovals, the early form of Pringles. These oval pieces are called blanks by factory workers. The leftover dough in between the cut shapes is collected and sent back to the mixing stage. Nothing is wasted here. Giving Pringles their unique shape now comes the part that makes Pringles different from all other snacks. The curve. Each oval blank is gently placed into a mold that shapes it into a saddle-like curve, technically called a hyperbolic paraboloid. This unique shape gives Pringles their strength, allows them to be stacked tightly, and helps them feel crisp. Into the fryer, the shaped crisps are now ready for frying. They move through a shallow bath of hot oil at nearly 400 degrees Fahrenheit, but only for around 11 seconds. This quick fry is just enough to remove moisture and lock in their crunch dot as they exit the fryer. They pass under warm air blowers that remove any extra oil and cool the crisp slightly, just enough to prepare them for flavoring. Time for flavor. Next comes the flavor. The warm Pringles pass under a large drum that evenly sprinkles powdered seasoning across their surface. Whether it's original sour cream and onion, barbecue, or a limited edition like spicy mustard, each flavor is measured to perfection. Only one side of the Pringle is seasoned. This is why you might notice that one side has more flavor than the other. It's all part of the design. The seasoning step happens quickly but accurately. In fact, the factory uses thousands of kilograms of flavor powder every day to meet demand, stacking without a single hand thanks to their curved shape. The freshly seasoned Pringles naturally fall into stacks as they move down the line. No human hands are needed. The process is fully automated. These stacks slide into funnels and are gently guided into empty canisters waiting below. An automated arm pushes the stack into the tube, ensuring it's snug but not crushed. Before sealing, the cans pass a scale that checks the weight. If a can has too few or too many crisps, it's taken out of the line and adjusted. Sealing the can now that the Pringles are safely inside. The can goes through the sealing station. A foil freshness seal is placed on top and pressed down tightly. This keeps air out and ensures the crisps stay crunchy from factory to store shelf. A metal bottom is attached underneath the can for strength. Then the plastic lid is placed on top, giving it that signature pop when opened. Each canister is now sealed, secure, and ready for inspection, final testing, and shipping. Before heading out to the world, the cans go through final quality checks. Special sensors look for dents, missing chips, or damaged cans. Random samples are also pulled for taste testing by expert tasters in red-lit rooms. The red light hides chip color so that the focus is only on texture and flavor. Once approved, the cans are packed in the boxes and loaded onto trucks. From there, they travel to warehouses, grocery stores, gas stations, and vending machines in over 140 countries. More than just a snack, Pringles aren't just popular, they're legendary. Over 1 billion cans are sold every year, and new flavors are launched regularly. From Asia to Europe to North America, fans can't get enough of that crispy, stackable chip that started with a chemist's dream and ended up changing snack food forever. So the next time you pop open a can of Pringles, remember, you're not just eating a chip. You're enjoying a snack that took precision, science, and some really smart engineering to create. From potato to powder, dough to crisp, mold to can, every step in the Pringles journey is part of a carefully crafted recipe for crunchy perfection. Thanks for joining us on this behind-the-scenes look inside the Pringles factory. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to Food Factory for more fascinating food production stories from around the world. Until next time, stay hungry for knowledge, and we'll see you in the next video.